In a bizarre turn of events at the Democratic National Convention, DNC, Mike Lindell, the CEO of MyPillow and a staunch supporter of far-right ideologies, decided to infiltrate the event in an effort to confront and challenge Democrats. Lindell, known for his vocal and unfounded claims about election fraud in the 2020 U.S. presidential election, took an unusual step to conceal his identity. He shaved off his iconic mustache, a feature that has been synonymous with his public persona. This move was part of his self-proclaimed undercover mission, where he intended to capture footage for his conservative news platform, Frank Speech. However, his efforts quickly descended into chaos as he ended up in a confrontation with a 12-year-old content creator, Noah DeBrasco. Lindell's presence at the DNC, like that of other right-wing figures such as Matt Walsh, underscored the growing trend of conservative activists attempting to insert themselves into liberal spaces, often with the goal of causing disruption or creating viral content for their audiences. Lindell, who has been a highly controversial figure due to his relentless promotion of conspiracy theories regarding the 2020 election, aimed to gather undercover footage that would presumably bolster his claims of widespread voter fraud. Yet instead of achieving his goal, he found himself embroiled in a heated exchange with a young Democratic influencer. The altercation began when Noah DeBrasco, the young content creator, approached Lindell with questions about the baseless claims he has been making about the 2020 election. DeBrasco, who has gained a following for his political content, directly challenged Lindell to provide evidence to support his assertions. When asked for sources to back up his claim that 257,000 votes from the 2020 election in Georgia were missing, Lindell angrily responded without providing any credible evidence, shouting, "They just found 257,000 votes that are missing from the 2020 election." The young influencer quickly retorted, "So your source is trust me, bro?" Before dismissing Lindell's claims as false, saying, "All right, you're full of crap." The encounter, which was captured on video, quickly went viral, sparking widespread reactions online. Many observers were amused and baffled by the spectacle of a grown man, especially one as prominent as Lindell, engaging in an argument with a child over baseless conspiracy theories. On social media, the incident was met with a mix of ridicule and concern. Rolling Stone's Nikki McCann Ramirez pointedly observed, "Republicans literally fighting children at the DNC." While law professor Anthony Michael Kreis sarcastically questioned, "Why is the pillow guy harassing children about Georgia elections?" The Washington Post's Philip Bump humorously compared Lindell's antics to someone desperately seeking attention, likening it to a scenario of Marilyn Manson now going door to door, trying to shock people energy. Lindell's actions at the DNC didn't just raise eyebrows for his confrontation with DeBrasco. The broader implications of his behavior highlight the extreme lengths to which some right-wing figures are willing to go in order to push their narratives, even if it means crossing into spaces where they are unwelcome or out of place. The incident also underscored the ongoing battle over the legitimacy of the 2020 election results, a topic that Lindell and others in his circle have refused to let go, despite repeated confirmations from both Democratic and Republican officials that the election was free, fair, and accurate. Notably, Lindell has been particularly fixated on the results in Georgia, a state that was hotly contested during the 2020 election. He has repeatedly claimed, without evidence, that President Joe Biden did not actually win Georgia, despite the fact that conservative Republicans, including Georgia Governor Brian Kemp and Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, have both affirmed that Biden's victory in the state was legitimate and backed by thorough recounts and audits. Lindell's insistence on promoting these false claims, even in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary, has made him a figure of both mockery and concern within political circles. The DNC incident is not an isolated case, but rather part of a broader pattern of behavior from Lindell and similar figures who continue to propagate disinformation. His attempt to go undercover at the DNC, coupled with the subsequent confrontation with a young attendee, exemplifies the absurdity that has come to characterize much of the current political discourse, particularly within the realm of election denialism. While Lindell may have intended to gather material that would validate his conspiracy theories, the outcome of his venture was quite the opposite. He ended up being the subject of widespread ridicule and became yet another example of the extremism that has increasingly defined certain segments of the right-wing media landscape.